work to what I need, right? So that's why people are coming here. That's not what they're getting when they go there. The pain point is, I don't even know what, it was Rosa, what was the
Rojo.
company name?
Rojo 038 32. ROJO.
Am I still with you guys?
ROJO.
Oh yeah, Rojo.
Yeah. Sorry, I was saying Rojo, but I was muted.
I don't even know what Rojo is, right? You're going to ask me to start a project, to start a project. That's the wrong language for that. I don't even know you. Not ready for that yet. Right? And so you would do something like this, and then this gives you the framework where you can come back and say, okay, how can we alleviate this pain point on the landing page? Well, we can put underneath Rojo branding agency, right? How can we alleviate this? Well, I don't even know who you are yet. Why are you asking me to fill out a contact form to call you, like right up front? Well, we're going to move that lower on the page. We're going to prioritize these other things. So that's the way you can use a journey map. The other thing you can ask yourself is how does word of mouth work? Because when it comes to luxury stuff, a lot of times the word of mouth is far stronger than the social. But people coming from this video may have different expectations than people coming from word of mouth. So do they have different, currently, do they have different landing pages depending on where you're coming from?
No, they just redesigned the website, that landing page, and I think that's their main and only one.
Gotcha. So that'd be the other thing is where are people coming from? And the thing is, most people never just have one audience. There's generally more than one audience. And if you customize for the specific audiences, that can be really powerful. So what if there was a landing page? You said that this was for faith-based and a lot of doctors, a lot of medical practices do this. What if you had one just for medical practices? Landing page just for medical practices, and then another one for another group that you might want to target. So that's another thing to think through. Is a lot of times that's the idea. Now, also, if these guys have jets, I mean, my guess is that this is not a low rent proposition. One thing might be, what if you targeted people? What if you decided who you wanted to go work for and sent them a personalized, specialized, kind of almost a little package that would drive you through the experience? So that's the other thing is, think about that top of funnel. It feels a lot like they're trying to use Facebook ads or Google ads to sell a Porsche. When that works great for Mazdas, but maybe not so much for Porsches, right? So that'd be the other thing that I just consider. So this kind of format here is, I think, what we can have each of you guys do, mapping out the different areas, talking about the pain points. Now, we're going to be able to define some of those pain points, but some of the pain points you're only going to get if you talk to customers. So that's why I really recommend that you ask them to talk to maybe 2 or 3 people. It doesn't have to be a lot. If you talk to 2 or 3 people, you're going to get a good idea of the experience. Ask them what drove you here, and we can work. I can send you guys some resources around how to come up with interview questions and things along those lines. But you just talk to people, and they get to give you the pain points. The other thing that you don't want to do here, this is a journey mapping exercise. This is a customer, journey mapping exercise, right? This is not a client journey mapping exercise. So they may say, hey, nobody's filling out our contact form. That's not a pain point in a journey map, right? That's not the customer's issue. That's the client's issue. So just make sure that, you know, from a kind of like a expert review type of point of view, I can give you a lot of insight into this because I've been doing it for 30 years, and I can tell you what I think customers are generally gonna be upset by. But in terms of the specifics, you really need to talk to them. Now, the other thing that we can do here is we can talk about content. So let's think content for, wow, that is super big. Let's think content for the landing page. So, there it is, okay. So if we think about content for the landing page, what's the type of content that you think users want to know when they hit this landing page?
I think the type of work that they've done in the past, right?
Yep. Samples of work. What else?
Testimonial.
I want to put a question mark behind that because sometimes that helps, sometimes that doesn't help at all. You really got to talk to the specific, each one is going to be different. What else might we have on here?
So maybe like a case study?
Yeah, I was going to say testimonials / results or cases.
Yeah, results. Results is a big one. Like, so what? You redesigned your logo. What did that mean? Another thing that a lot of times people overlook is something as simple as, here's all the things you can design, right? Just the list of services, if you want to call it that. You know, not statues, but things that they actually design. So that's an example of the type of content that you might have on there. This gets driven once you begin to understand this journey by talking to customers. They'll tell you a lot of this. Like, hey, when you first came to the site, kind of what were you looking for? That's what you want to put here. And then for each step of the way, we're going to have a call to action that passes you from one stage to the next. So if we think about it like that, the project form isn't really, the form is a touch point, right? The real stage there is well, really, we just skip it. Right? It's really just the phone call.
There's one of those things like, in no way is there any idea of the problem that the potential prospect is having. And it sounds like the owner of Rojo doesn't realize that either. Or like, what is the problem? Why would I need a consulting firm?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of, all right, this kind of popped in my head. Are you reflecting on a problem they're already aware of or that you want to make them aware of? Because those are two campaigns, two completely different campaigns.
Yeah, so I think that's a good question, right? What do you think?
I think it's on a problem that they're already aware of, I would say.
So are they targeting people who don't have a brand, or are they targeting people who want to redesign a brand? I think that's another very different use case as well.
People that already have a brand and need to redesign it, or yeah.
Okay, so great. Like that gives you a lot of, on the content marketing side of it, that gives you a lot of ideas. Your brand sucks, make it better type of a approach to the content, right? So I think if you make that journey map, and if you come up with those stages, and then pain points, and I'm calling them gain points, but it's what's in it for the user at that point. See, the problem with the landing page right now is there's nothing in it for the user on page load. It's all about what's in it for the client. They're being very selfish about the design. They're like, well, we want to get people's phone numbers so that we can talk to them. Well, nobody cares what you want, right? People are coming there with a desire, with a need. Before they're going to want to talk to you, you've got to show them how you can fill the need. The thing that you can tell them that they will love is people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? They've got to communicate somehow that they understand where they're coming from. So I think for next time, put together that kind of journey map. I'll share this one with you. I don't know if anybody has access to Miro. I can either do it through Miro or I can do it just screenshot, but I'll share it with you. And then next week, if you come with that mapped out, pain points, gain points, and some ideas of content, I think that'd be a great thing for everybody to do. Why don't we get somebody else to share their journey with us, and then let's take a look at that one and we can walk through it too. And maybe we get to even one more by the end of our time together tonight.
I have one that probably won't take long, just because I didn't have a, yes, I just had a different idea. Mine's super simple.
Cool.
But and
Julianne, I
like
love
was
you.
saying last time, a lot of what I do is more on the back end, like the blueprint side.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to.
And you were going to do an experience, a back office facing experience, right?
Oh, I have that, but I tried to do something.
Oh, okay.
And I have both. I can show you either one, really. But I didn't include the actual content. I just put like where we were going to get them, what channel we're getting them from,
Mm-hmm.
and then how they're getting to our event, our virtual event invitation.
Got you. Okay, so this is not quite a journey map like we would imagine it, because
Okay.
it's based more along. It's more of a technology map. It's a great map for strategy to understand